Hello, everybody out there listening to this podcast for episode 65 of the PlayStation Report. I'm beside me is Tyler.
Hey.
We doing show, man. And it's the week before E3.
It is.
Holy shit.
I am super excited.
Creeped up on me. I was like, I need to beat this set of games before E3. And I'm like, holy shit, E3's this week, and I'm panicking because I have travel that I have to do to get up there with you.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna watch E3 together and cuddle. That's gonna be fun.
It'll be some festivities.
It'll be a raucous little rumble we'll have.
Yeah, it'll be a fucking party. It'll be fun. Yeah, we did our predictions last week. So far, I don't think either of us are wrong on anything yet.
Nothing yet.
We'll be quickly proven wrong here in the next couple days on.
I made some really dumb predictions, and yeah,
me too.
You called me out on a few of them, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. You're right that I'm probably wrong, but I want to be right so badly that maybe I'll just will it into existence.
I've heard worse E3 predictions for this year from people that we know. So. It's all good.
I'm curious, but I also know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to throw out something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Potential opportunity.
Yeah.
You need to go, if you've never been, to some of these fucking burrito places around here.
Oh. They started. So it started with Chipotle last time I was around. There was a Chipotle there. Are there more burrito places now?
Well, these places have been there, but I have since discovered their greatness, and they blow the shit out of Chipotle.
All right.
So I'm offering up an opportunity to maybe grab some grub Sunday before E3 starts.
Oh yeah. Let's go on a little date.
Yeah. You have two picks. Because there's two just fucking amazing places you kind of can't go wrong with either. You have Robberitos, which is right in Lancaster. Like the heart of fucking Lancaster. It's right next to the police station. You can't miss it. It's on whatever street. It's leaving Lancaster. I live around here and I don't even fucking know. Queen Street. Or is it Prince Street? I don't fucking know. Who cares? This place, I think you could really dig. You can get something called... They have other things, but the Robberito. It comes with a bunch of shit. You can add shit in there. But they have all these like special like sauces pretty much. Some of them are just nice and tasty, but some of them are very fucking hot, which you might dig. I don't know. They have one called the Cuban Missile Crisis, which is pretty hot. And I think they have even something above that one. There's like 12 rankings of them. I can only go up to like, I forget, like 9 or 10 or something. I forget which one. Right. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing fucking place. It's so cool. You walk in there playing like fucking metal. You walk in the bathroom and it looks like it's fucking Halloween in there all the time. It's cool. Or you have Nito Burrito.
Nito Burrito. I think I've heard of Nito Burrito. It might have just been you guys talking about it.
Maybe. This place is really cool too. It's not as like... It's got its own vibes going on, but it's still like more of the, younger place. The people who work there are pretty chill. And they have this burrito called the Cowboy that is so fucking good. And they have a bunch of different like tortillas that you can wrap your shit in. And like basically this thing has barbecue rice, refried beans, Cajun chicken, ranch, chips, and then other vegetables, whatever you want in there. It is godly. Fuck. Their burritos are like, they feel like they're 12 pounds. Maybe they are, but damn, they make me happy.
How does it compare to Cowgirl?
I don't know. I've never had a Cowgirl.
All right.
I wonder if they have a thing called a Cowgirl. Like, can you modify one thing and now it's a Cowgirl? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
If they weren't far away, which I'm assuming they're separated by some distance, I'd suggest double fisting. But it sounds like to me that they're a little bit. It's a trek.
Not really. It's just a trek through the city, but I'm not sure if I could handle double burritos unless I would just grab one and take it home for later. But yeah,
I've been known to double fist Chipotle burritos because I'm a fat ass. Well, not really a fat ass, but I eat like one.
Yeah, I mean, I go to burrito places almost weekly because I'm like literally where I work. I'm in the heart of like all these different fucking burrito places, and it's not that far of a drive for me to go to any of them. It's awesome. Now they're putting. Have you ever heard of Moe's?
Oh yeah, we have Moe's down here. That's the burrito place closest to me.
Yeah, they're building another one not too far away.
They're all right.
Yeah, they're okay. They're not the greatest, but they have some interesting stuff. But those two places, man, it's as good as you can get.
The thing about Moe's, you walk in, they're like, "Welcome to Moe's."
Yeah. Although the last time I was at Moe's, they didn't say that to me because there was one guy working in there and he seemed like he hated his life and he didn't say shit. And I just walked up. He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Sorry, dude." And I was like the only one in there. You
should have ironically said "Welcome to Moe's."
Yeah, I know. I should have been like, "Thanks for welcoming me to Moe's."
Yeah, Moe's is pretty big down here. There's a lot of locations.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually more Moe's around here than there are Chipotles.
Wow. Kind of makes sense, I guess. But
yeah,
it's cool. Burritos.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take you up on that. I can get a pre-E3 burrito.
Yeah, you just got to let me know which one, because I don't give a shit.
I like that first option. That first option with the spicy burritos.
Yeah, the raw burritos.
Raw burritos, yeah. Raw burritos, yeah.
We can do it. We can hit it up.
Just got to keep me away from the police, man.
Yeah.
Man, sounds good. Now I'm really anticipating coming up there, man. It's gonna be good.
Right. Now you know you're going to get a special treat. The only thing about raw burritos is it's fine, and it's such an American thing to complain about because Americans are like they want their food immediately, and they don't really want to have to sit around and wait for it. Raw burritos, you order, and it might take a while, especially if they're busy to get your food, but when you get it, it's well worth the wait. Whereas if you go to Chipotle or, I don't know, Qdoba or Moe's or whatever, you get it like immediately. It's right there or whatever, where raw burritos is a little bit different.
So can you call in an order?
You might be able to. I don't know.
That might be the move we do.
Maybe.
We could call in an order.
Maybe. But I doubt lunchtime on a Sunday they'll be extremely busy. It's usually like the evenings, Friday and Saturday night.
All right. Yeah. Anything else? Anything happened this week that you want to talk about?
I guess we can start talking about video games.
Before we get into that,
okay.
I'm not sure if we talked about this last week, but did I tell you guys that my TV broke?
No.
So my 40-inch TV, which is fairly big for my small room, it just broke. Like the top of the screen just started going dark, and then it got to the point where I couldn't even see the top of the screen.
Wow.
It was basically like the top third. So I was like, you know what, that fucking sucks. But I replaced it with a gaming, apparently an esports monitor that I wasn't aware that it was that good when I bought it. And this thing is beautiful.
Is it 4K?
It isn't 4K, but like it is so crisp, I think, and it's so like response time is like immediate. Like there's no input lag at all. It is just, it is beautiful.
It's one of those super crisp 1080 displays, I guess. Yeah. Even now, you look at 1080 displays and you're like, they're fucking gorgeous. But then you look at a 4K and you're like, well, yeah.
I just like turn on the blinders when there's a 4K TV around.
Yeah.
Because I know I can't afford it yet.
I know. I really want one, but this TV I have, I mean, it's fine. It's still new. It's kicking.
Mm-hmm. That TV that broke was only 3 years old.
Wow. That sucks. Mine's going on 3 years. I remember the first game I played was Dragon Age Inquisition on my new TV, and my old one was like HD, but it was like HD for like 2009.
So it was like 1080i or something like that.
Yeah. And so then I finally realized what 1080p was in 2014 while I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and I was like, this is fucking unbelievable. And now there's 4K. That's getting a lot more popular, but
still not in my price range.
Yeah, definitely not for me either. I'm not looking to drop a large amount on a TV anytime soon.
Who needs that? You can just be spending that money on video games. And that's what this show is about, the PlayStation Report, a weekly show where we talk about the news. This week, of course, we got pre-E3 announcements and stuff. We also talk about the new games coming out each week. But first, we always like to dive into what we've been putting our hands on during the week. Tyler, what you been getting your hands on this week?
I beat Prey.
So we could talk about Prey.
We can. Yeah. I finished it last night, and I pretty much clocked in at 20 hours flat.
You didn't tell me that you did this, or I would have prepared beforehand to talk about this.
I wasn't really thinking too much, but yeah. Prey's a good game. We talked a lot about it, but I think I appreciate it more now that I've completed it, to where like I kind of look back on the journey and I was like, damn, it's pretty cool. It's like we talked about last week, like you really get to learn this station inside and out, and immediately where you have to go to get to where you need to be, or you saw something earlier and now you have to go back there, and it's cool. And I feel like I haven't really played a game like that in a long time, to where I truly felt like I knew the world inside and out. Because now a lot of open world games, they're a little bit mindless or something, and you're just kind of following markers and all that stuff. And there's some that are breaking the mold, like Breath of the Wild or something like that. But Prey was fucking cool, man. It's a hard game.
It is a hard game.
Especially like down the stretch, there was some situations I was in where I'm like, dude, I have no ammo left. I have no med kits, nothing. Like, I am completely fucking screwed. And so then you just completely have to change how you're thinking about things and avoiding fights and being stealthier. And then I spec a little bit more towards stealth and stuff. And it was cool, though. So, spoilers right here for Prey. I'm curious on how you dealt with the ending. I ended up destroying Talos 1. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed with that ending. At the time, I'm like, I feel like this is the right decision. These Typhons, yes, there's great power to them, but they should not go anywhere, because somebody's going to abuse this shit, and it's not going to go well for humanity. Need to destroy the ship. And the ending was just kind of lame. I don't know. Did you get that ending?
So here's the thing. I did both the endings where you save it and destroy it, and where you end up after that, of course, being a Typhon. We're going to just spoil the ending right now. Being a Typhon at the end, being with Alex in front of you, that doesn't change.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing was a simulation, basically, for a Typhon trying to integrate with humanity and trying to gain humanity itself. So yes, it still ends up like that. And I feel a little bit differently. I actually liked how the whole thing was a mindfuck.
The destroying.
No, the whole
ending, or what?
No. So the thing is, like, the fact that they basically said it doesn't matter whether you destroy it or save it. I felt like that whole, like, they're actually just testing you. I found that to be really cool. Yeah,
and that is the part where I was like, I was very kind of let down when I destroyed the ship. I'm like, wow, that was sort of lame, And then the credits rolled, and then there's that cutscene afterwards where they're all judging you, and you find out what you are. and that it was simulation stuff, and then that like kind of completely changed it. I was like, whoa, all right, that's pretty interesting. But I just thought it was kind of lame because it like built up to all this stuff, and then there wasn't even this spectacular explosion or anything. It was just like, I don't know. It was kind of like, all right, we're running out of production time here. Let's not put a lot into this right here. So, yeah. Well, but what's the other ending like then?
So the other ending is basically like that you destroy the Typhon that was around, like the big, huge. Let's talk about that reveal first, though. The reveal of that huge ass Typhon that just comes in because I forget what they call it, the coral that they were weaving was actually a communications line. They were communicating with the rest of their species, and having that huge thing just warp in, man, that was fucking man. I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either, and it was really cool to always look out and see this gigantic Typhon just there, basically engulfing this ship. But at the same time, I wish it was a little bit more threatening than what it was. You could kind of get around wherever you wanted to with no trouble at all. Like, there were some areas that were blocked off, but at least for the objectives that you had to complete on the ending that I went for of destroying the ship, like, they really weren't in my way at all. And it's like, well, I don't even have to go over there, so why are they taking that up? I just wish it was a little bit more threatening than what it was. But it still was a pretty cool thing because, you know, you're talking to your brother, and then all of a sudden he's like, what the fuck? And then, you know, shit hits the fan.
Yeah, man, I like how this game just toys around with what you're thinking. And it does it from the very start, especially with the way the game opens, and it just continues to do it throughout the game, especially with like mimics and just learning about. You could learn that this whole thing was an experiment before you get to the ending. If you read into it really, like if you read every single thing and just pieced all the puzzles together, you could probably figure it out. But there's also other things that are just misleading you, and I like how it just plays with your mind. It treats you as an intelligent person.
Yeah.
And at the end, they kind of pull the rug out from under you, and you're like, huh. And I like what it sets up, too. I like how it sets up that it was a simulation, and at the end, they're evaluating how you played the game. Yeah.
How did you do?
I did really well. Well. I pretty much saved everybody. I didn't actually go after that one murderer. Like, I didn't get a chance to go after him. That was the one thing that they were a little disappointed in. But other than that, man, I think I did good.
Yeah, I did good too. I ended up saving everybody, and I took the murderer out. It took me forever to find him. He's in this area that it took me, that when I discovered it, I was like, why haven't I been here? Because it's such an obvious place where he is. And but it's not really even off the beaten path. And I was kind of disappointed in myself. I'm like, fuck. Like, I spent hours looking for this guy at one point, and then he's just kind of there. And yeah. But I ended up saving everybody. I like the game because it kind of, in a way, you can tell who you are sometimes with certain things of like, oh, I don't give a shit about that person or that person. I'm going to just kill that person, not care. It's just about me type of thing. And that type of stuff's cool.
Yeah, this is definitely a great game in a year of great games. I'm not sure if it'll scratch my Game of the Year list. It might be up there in the top, definitely in the top 10. I'm not sure if it'll scratch the top 5. But man, it's crazy. We're talking about Game of the Year before E3. It's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Prey, and I love what they set up. I like how they're setting up a sequel with it. And I'm really interested to see where that goes, man.
Yeah, I don't sleep on this game. Like, still feel like not too many people talked about it, and that's frustrating. And when the most people were talking about it, it was for some fucking bug that was on the PC version and stuff. Like, this game is seriously good, and it'll certainly be one of my favorite experiences of the year. And I just want people to experience it because it is something you kind of gotta experience for yourself. The game just kind of lets you go, and you can do things however you want and go whichever direction you want, and that stuff's cool.
Yeah,
It's an awesome Metroidvania.
yeah, it's the first like real immersive sim that I played properly. Like I blazed through the Dishonored games, and like I didn't play them like they're supposed to be played.
Mm.
But with Prey, I learned that world so well. Like I know every room, probably other than the room where you found that murderer. I'll probably think I'm dumb when I eventually replay and find him. But
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I'm just I just like how, thinking back on it now that I've beaten it, it's just thinking about the choices it presented and how it's testing you as an alien, how like humans are testing you. Just
Yeah,
thinking about it through that lens now, it's really an amazing thing,
yeah,
and it
it
makes me
is.
it makes me want to play it again.
Mm-hmm. And then that twist at the end certainly makes you kind of go, "Wow!" There's certainly something way cooler here than I thought.
Did you shake his hand or kill them all?
I shook his hand. What'd you do?
I was a fucking bastard. I was
You
like,
killed them
you
all.
motherfuckers playing with me this entire time.
Is it cool? How's that go?
Yeah, basically you do the Typhon thing, and all these black tendrils come out of you and just destroy them all, and one just spikes right through your well, Alex, you.
Yeah.
But man, mm.
Yeah.
Love
What a
that game.
name though, when you think about it. Morgan Yu. I don't know. Maybe they'll just think about different. But the game's such about choice, and then they put you in the name of your character. You know what I mean? A different way, but
It's
maybe it's just
obviously
the way I'm thinking
you
about
for unisex because both characters are named Morgan because Morgan's a non-binary name.
it. Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Great game. Definitely play it.
Yeah.
About you? That's all I've
Oh
really been
boy.
playing.
I played the Wipeout Omega Collection.
How's that?
Really good. Have you ever played a Wipeout game?
No.
So basically, you race in these hovercraft around these tracks. You get power ups. You can hit boosts and stuff. It's basically, I compare it to Mario Kart in a way where, like, basically you can get these pickups, weapons. Like there's this cannon, these rockets, these homing missiles that you can get to shoot the other racers. And you can do tricks when you go off jumps and stuff like that. And I just think it's a really rad racing game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the most comparable thing that PlayStation has in modern times to Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is a collection that contains 3 remastered games. Wipeout 2048. Shit. Now I'm forgetting the other 2 names of the games. But there's 3 games in here that they brought forward. I mostly played 2048 because I just started playing it. But, man, they're really good. They're really good. Really good racing. Feels real good to be in that hovercraft vehicle.
Does it have like online
It does.
shit?
So,
Cool.
it does have multiplayer, but it's not matchmaking. You go out and find lobbies to race in.
Okay.
And you can create a lobby. I think it's peer-to-peer, no dedicated servers. But it
Yeah.
is a smaller game, so it's not like I was expecting dedicated servers here.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah, I'll
I
check
really
that
enjoy
out.
it. It's $40, so that might be the only real barrier to entry. I think that's a little bit hefty. Um, though I think I'm getting my money's worth out of it, but it might not be for someone else. Whatever your money's worth to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it have 3 different platinums?
no, it only has 1 platinum.
I believe I saw Crash Bandicoot has 3 different platinums.
Oh man.
which is good.
Mm. Mm mm mm.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah,
Side
Wipeout.
note,
Sounds cool, man.
I reached trophy level 20.
Ooh, right on. That's
And
one more than me.
yep. And I'm gonna have to. I'm bringing my PlayStation when I come up there. I'm probably gonna bring my Vita too. And I'm gonna play some single player games offline while I'm up there, and then I'll sync all my trophies when I get back down here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where we land there.
Yeah.
It might surprise
You've
you.
been pulling away from me as of late.
Mm.
Definitely.
Yeah,
In
I've
the-
been starting.
in the
I've
trophy.
been starting a lot of games and getting a lot of early trophies in them, but I haven't been finishing games. But I did finish a game this week.
And what was that?
That was Persona 5. Damn it!
Ooh.
Clocked in just under 100 hours.
Wow.
And
That is a long
holy
time.
shit, it was worth it, man. Oh my god. This is... Right now, it's my front runner for Game of the Year. The unplayed potential contender being Nier Automata. I need to play that. But Persona 5, man. Oh, god damn. It is my favorite JRPG. I think, of all time at this moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean...
Crazy.
Yeah, I there's only like one segment in the game that I had a problem with. Like one of the puzzles they decided to put in the game was just annoying. But other than that, like it checked all the boxes for me. I really loved the party. I loved the characters that I was playing as. I loved where the story went because it quickly became really fucking big. Like the story, like you start out by targeting you target this one teacher who's a scummy asshole. All right, there's going to be spoilers. Minor spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
You target this artist who was being an asshole to his pupils. You then target like this street thug who has connections to the Yakuza, which that's a step up. And then you target the president of a fast food company who was treating his workers like shit. Who had connections to one of your targets, which was a political guy who was running for prime minister. So you escalate. You get like more and more visible targets. And then after that, it turns out you fight God.
Wow. All right. I don't know how that works, but sure.
Apparently, God was using this as a test to see if humanity was worth saving. And eventually, he determines that you're not worth saving. So you call down Satan, or Sataniel, and you kill God with a demon lord.
Wow. Right on.
So there's just this huge arc. It just ramps up. Like, man.
How slow is that ramp, though?
So,
because if you say this game's 100 hours and does it take a long time to get to those big story moments or what?
So I think it's paced really well. Like they give you a timeline for defeating each target. Like it goes by a calendar. You play day by day. Mm-hmm. There are some time skips, which makes sense when you play the game. Why they would happen story wise. But it starts out like you start out at a point that's in the middle of the story, like, and you're giving like your testimony to this prosecutor, which is how the story is coming out, like the first few targets. And it's I think the way it goes, so you get your target, you have your target to complete it. Before then, you can do anything you want, or you can complete it early and then just do whatever you want until the story moment hits. Mm-hmm. So as far as that goes, the way those are timed out they're great. Okay. And eventually it railroads you to a point where it just accelerates. It accelerates and accelerates towards the end. And it's just it's perfect. Perfect to me. Perfect pacing. Mm-hmm. To get you to where you need to be. And man, I'm going to miss this game so much.
Yeah.
So when you play a game that's like 100 hours long, with deep connections to the characters in that game, and you complete that game, there's a little part of you that gets really sad about completing that game, because I really love these fucking characters. I romanced my favorite character, Makoto, and now I'm done with the game. I could start a new game plus, but can I really justify that when I have a lot of other games I need to be playing?
No, I feel you on that one. That's exactly how I felt when I finished The Witcher 3. Because I was so invested in that story and those characters, and then it was over, and I'm just like, shit. Like, I had the relationship that I wanted, I got the ending that I wanted, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, damn. Like, I could play this again. That's fine. I mean, it's a huge game, but it just won't have that same feeling, of going through everything the first time and just having your mind blown about certain moments that were special, or those boss fights that were just kicking your ass and you finally overcame them. It just won't have that same feeling again. But I feel you. There's something that just kind of leaves you when you finish a game that big.
It's a little bit depressing, and like, it might be telling that I have attachment and separation anxiety. Like, I have attachment issues and separation anxiety, because like stuff like this happens a lot for me when I beat games, and it's always when like you learn a lot about the characters in those games. It like, I just, man, it hurts. It hurts me, and I don't want it to hurt me so much, but I can't stop it.
Yeah. Well,
one thing I will not miss, however, and you saw a picture of this, the fucking penises, man.
Yeah.
Those goddamn penis monsters.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't know what's up with that. It's weird. It's like, on that same level that there's penis monsters, there's these angels that you have to defeat. Like, there's a series of boss battles that you have to do to get to the final boss. There's these angel guardians that you have to fight. And alongside those guys, like, before you go up to those, the common enemies that you're getting all the way up to there, they're these fucking penises. There's like these 2 floor penises, and then there's this penis with tentacles and a chariot.
Right on.
It's fucking weird, man. Persona's weird, but it looks so awesome that they get away with it.
Yeah. That's some bizarre stuff. Sounds like you enjoyed yourself for 100 hours.
I did. And
it's awesome.
I really want to jump back in, but I can't. I just can't do that to myself.
Right. There's a lot of stuff to play, man.
There is. Oh, man. I think that does it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Persona 5, if you like JRPGs but never touched Persona, I think Persona 5 is just excellent. It's an excellent game to play.
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right. Well, that's enough about the games we've been playing. Let's get into the news. The pre-E3 news. And who thought this would have dropped the week before E3? Oh, man. So, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Schreier, dug up this story. The story behind Mass Effect Andromeda's troubled 5 years of development. Of course, he works over at Kotaku. We read this article during the week. I'm going to give you some of just summarize it a little bit. So, basically, he had to get these anonymous sources over that were developing Mass Effect Andromeda, and they brought out this story about how it came about. And it seems like there were a lot of problems that, the average gamer like me or you just don't know about. So, it started at the beginning with the scope of the game. They wanted to capture the essence of exploration, in which their solution initially was to procedurally generate hundreds of planets. And this decision came completely separate from No Man's Sky. That, like, when that decision was made, that No Man's Sky wasn't even announced yet. Which
is crazy to think about.
Yeah. So they were able to successfully generate some planets, but they couldn't generate planets that they could actually work with and make the story work with, make quests work with. They could make environments, but there were certain things that they just couldn't really do with that. So they decided to. One of the problems is that they decided to change the scope partially like in development, like not even in pre-production. They decided to change the scope after they started developing the game. Some other various problems that were presented in this, especially notably with the animations, is they changed like the animation software, just decided to just make a snap decision on that.
Yeah, and this game, BioWare's last 2 games have been built in Frostbite, and this game especially had a lot of problems with that engine. Like, they said that engine is amazing for shooters, and it's amazing to render and create beautiful things, but it didn't have a lot of the functions that they needed, and animations were kind of wonky in it. It didn't have stuff for like save systems, party management, all that stuff. So they had to actually basically modify Frostbite from scratch, and
And I suspect that the Frostbite engine might tie into some of the problems that I had with trophies not popping, especially with the strike team stuff.
Essentially,
that I feel like that if what they say is true, Frostbite might not have been built for that.
Yeah.
They said, I believe even in this article, they mentioned that Frostbite doesn't even have like an inventory system, so they had to build that from scratch.
Yeah. I mean, it's not built for that. It's built for Battlefield, shooters that DICE makes, and basically they put it in a really good way that kind of anybody can understand, is that Unreal Engine, which is another super popular engine, is kind of like an SUV. It's just kind of gets the job done, but it doesn't go very fast. Unity is like your small compact car that's kind of cheap, but you can get stuff done and you can go places. Whereas Frostbite is the sports car. It's super fucking complicated, But it's super complicated, but it can do amazing things. And that sounded like it was a massive struggle for them.
Man,
basically, this game was kind of made in a year and a half.
Yeah, 18 months is what they said. Yes.
Yeah, they finally kind of once they changed scope, like you mentioned, it was around the end of 2015 where they were like, "This is what we're doing, and we got to go," and they just ended up literally making almost the entire game. Like, certain things stayed from their pre-production, like the idea of Ryder and Sam and the Nomad and all that stuff, but they had the ending built and in mind already before they even started making the rest of the game. So you can imagine that's why, the planets aren't super interesting, why there's 2 desert planets. They just couldn't take the time to craft all of this stuff and to make it super interesting, and why the side quests probably aren't the greatest. And I can't imagine that, man.
And a lot of stuff happened with this game. A lot of people moved around within BioWare, and a couple of very important people left BioWare during the development of this. And a lot of times, especially like from the animation department, like slots weren't even filled.
Yeah.
And they were just overworked. And it's really a sad story what happened to this game.
It is. It's a super sad story when you read it, because you go, wow, like, they had a lot of ambition, just about as much ambition as the original trilogy had, which is awesome. But they just couldn't get it to work, and it was kind of just, I think it kind of just comes, like, yeah, there was technical problems with Frostbite and stuff, but it kind of just comes down to management. I think they just didn't have that one person that said, this just isn't working, guys, we gotta shift. And when they did, it was kind of too late. And to be honest with you, it's amazing to me that they shipped a game of the quality that it was at all. I mean, I'm not saying Mass Effect Andromeda is the fucking game of the year, the best game of all time. It's certainly the worst in the series, but there's no denying that there is some good stuff in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And how they put that game together at all in with that size in that small time frame is just fucking crazy to me. It's kind of like it reminded me of a few years ago when Destiny launched, and the story behind Destiny came out about all these things that changed like so late in development, rewriting the story and all that stuff. They basically only made that game in, about the same time frame as Andromeda, and that's why it didn't turn out like it should have.
Yeah, but unlike Destiny, it seems like they're just gonna like pull the resources from Andromeda. Like there's already they already moved a lot of people away from Andromeda, and they've said they're going to stop working on the Mass Effect IP,
which is such a shame, man.
It just really looking at this situation, it seemed like they didn't really have much of a chance, and like they didn't give them a chance to do what they needed to do.
Yeah, and I mean, just imagine if instead of the end of 2015 when they really started development, if they realized, okay, this isn't working, and it was the end of just 2014 that they started, and then they were really in development, then they had time to really put stuff of greater quality together and to polish it more. And I'm sure, obviously looking back at it, I'm sure that team just would love to just have an extra 6 months of going like, okay, this doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
It also shows how hard game development is.
It shows like a different strategy. Like when like Activision gives Bungie a chance to make Destiny better, whereas they're not doing the same for Mass Effect. And I understand Mass Effect's a very different game from Destiny, but it just feels like they totally lost all confidence in Mass Effect, and that just wouldn't happen in a lot of other places where they have a very cherished IP.
Yeah, it really does suck, man. Hopefully they return to Mass Effect in the future. Hopefully they give it the proper team to do it. Not saying the Montreal guys, they did what they could, and they obviously had a lot of ambitions and ideas for this game that they just couldn't pull off. But hopefully it's just managed a lot better next time around.
Mm-hmm.
Picture, though, if they did pull it off, though. If you had No Man's Sky with BioWare storytelling and the excellent combat, they said the combat was something that was way ahead of schedule for this. Just picture that game. Like, damn. That's awesome.
It doesn't even have to be No Man's Sky size. It just just imagine anything like even just like it, even as big as like maybe not even a quarter of No Man's Sky, because that game was huge. Like as much shit as No Man's Sky got, it was a huge ass game.
It was.
But man.
Definitely go read this story on Kotaku. It's a pretty long story, but it is fascinating to read.
It also doesn't help that Andromeda launched in 2017.
Right.
In between Horizon and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of had to get it out, and it just didn't, bad timing for them. And also, it was like, 2 weeks before Persona 5?
Yeah.
So it's just sandwiched in between these incredible open world games and RPGs. And, yeah. It's a shame.
It is a shame. And we won't be getting Mass Effect. It looks like we're also not getting backwards compatibility. Because they think it's not worth it.
Yep.
So, Jim Ryan and Sean Layden were touring around, talking to different publications about PlayStation, trying to get the word out ahead of Scorpio's announcement, I suspect. So one of the subjects that came up was backwards compatibility, and of course Xbox One has a lot of stuff in their backwards compatibility library. And PlayStation 4 just doesn't have it. They have PlayStation Now, which is a streaming service for PlayStation 3 games, and they have a few games that are PS2 on PS4, but you have to rebuy those games digitally. You can't just put your disc in and play those games. So the last instance of true backwards compatibility is on PlayStation 3, where they could play PS1 games, but there's just no way to play PS1 games on PlayStation 4. It's at this point, which is a thing that I think is going to happen soon, hopefully. At least bring that digital library. But even so, it doesn't sound like they're ever going to bring you put your disc in, or if you already own it on PSN, you own it forward. It doesn't seem like any of that's going to happen.
Yeah, Jim Ryan, he had a very interesting thing to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when we've dabbled with backwards compatibility, I can say it's one of those features that is much requested but not actually used much. And I was at a Gran Turismo event recently where they had PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games, and the PS1 and PS2 games, they looked ancient. Like, why would anyone play this?
Well, they're obviously going through the effort of finding the hardware, and they're playing it right in front of you.
Correct.
They're putting in the effort to play those games, more effort than they should need to, because you should just do some backwards compatibility so they don't have to go through that shit.
And graphics kind of aren't everything to me. Like, games that are old don't look great now. Yeah, some games do. A lot more 2D than 3D games, but Gran Turismo is an awful example of that too, because I mean, who the hell would want to go back and play Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1? That's a game that I would never want to go back and play when you have brand new Gran Turismos that play and look way better. But there's a lot of games on PlayStation 1 that I'm sure a lot of people would love to go back and play. Backwards compatibility isn't the most important thing, but it is such a consumer-friendly move. And it's, in ways, a really nice move in terms of library of games that's then available on your console. Because, yeah, they might not play it much, but there's the option there to always go back. And now the library of games that you can play on that system is multiplied out by a lot, you know? It's such a consumer-friendly move. And to me, it's kind of... Sony's kind of getting to the point of they're a little bit arrogant again. With good reason. I mean, their console's selling extremely well. They're selling a lot of games. They have an amazing lineup of exclusives, you know? They have reasons. I just... You know, in the beginning of this generation, they were so, like, we're for the gamer, games. And I'm not saying they're not that still, but they definitely have shown a little bit more arrogance than I think they would have, you know, otherwise. Where on the flip side, Microsoft's, you know, doing whatever they can to get people to buy in on them. Yeah. It just... That type of stuff just makes me worried a little bit for the future and for the, you know, a PlayStation 5, if that's to happen. Will they, you know, be arrogant again like they were with the PlayStation 3 and just assume a bunch of shit that just doesn't matter? And, you know, that type of stuff can happen to those companies. I just don't want that to happen to Sony, you know?
No, I cannot go for I cannot go for a round 2 on that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
And for some reason, my Google Chrome is freezing up. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Now
but
it's good.
In two other quick things that they mentioned in these interviews is one out of every 5 PlayStation 4 sold is a PlayStation 4 Pro. Makes sense. They're probably phasing out the original PlayStation 4 model to a degree. And it makes sense. If you were to go buy a PlayStation 4, you'd probably just drop that extra dollars and get the best one. So that's kind of interesting. And 2, PlayStation VR has officially passed 1 million units sold, which is good. And they said that their supply has now starting to catch up with the demand, and so They might be advertising a lot more and getting out there more, and that's good. That's all good stuff. So.
Yeah. I just trying to think here. Well, I just don't agree with how Jim Ryan thinks about it. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I don't either.
I think
I don't either.
that's a very disappointing point of view.
Yes.
Especially from someone who works for PlayStation, who should care about what PlayStation gamers care about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a tad criminal, if you ask me. And speaking of crime, we have thieves. Thieves out there in the wild. CD Projekt Red has a little bit of a problem on its hands. Apparently, there's some data thieves out there. I don't know how exactly they acquired their treasure, as we say. But they stole some documents pertaining to early Cyberpunk 2077 stuff. So, CD Projekt Red put out a statement today, as a recording. They say, "Dear gamers, an unidentified individual or individuals have just informed us they are in possession of a few internal files belonging to CD Projekt Red. Among them are documents connected to early designs for the upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077. A demand for ransom has been made, saying that should we not comply, the files will be released to the general public. We will not be giving in to the demands of the individual or individuals that have contacted us, which may eventually lead to the files being published online. The appropriate legal authorities will be informed about this situation. The documents are old and largely unrepresentative of the current vision for the game. Still, if you're looking forward to playing Cyberpunk 2077, it would be best for you to avoid any information not coming directly from CD Projekt Red. When the time is right, you will hear about Cyberpunk 2077 from us, officially. CD Projekt Red team." Whew.
What an awful company to have this happen to them.
Yeah.
In that CD Projekt Red is so, in the eyes of the public, they're a great company. Their support for The Witcher 3 was phenomenal. They had an expansion pass, but it wasn't that expensive, and it gave you so much more content than they really needed to give you. And then all the free stuff and the constant updatings and in the kind of the transparency they have in a way. And to have this happen to them is just ridiculous. Like, for what? Because people are super excited for Cyberpunk, or they want money or some stupid shit. Like, who cares? And I'm glad they're not giving in to them. And, if they stole old shit, then that's stupid too.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole situation's just awful. Like, why would you do this to any company?
And to be honest, I don't think anyone's actually going to be covering any of this material if it does get published online, or no reputable source will be covering this stuff.
Yeah. It just sucks. Like, hacking and all kinds of just awful things are just, I think about those things and I just go, why would anybody want to do them? What makes a person want to do something like that? And because I just can't conceive why someone would want to do something like that in my mind, and to just kind of go after good people and good companies like that. It's just stupid. Fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck them all. Who cares about those files? They're just ones and zeros anyway. They're not really cool numbers. We got some cool numbers for you. We got PlayStation Store's May's top downloads. The top downloads of May from the PlayStation Store. I'm going to let you start on the PlayStation 4 list.
Hell yeah, man. Let's do it. Pretty interesting list, you could say.
Very.
Number 20, We have Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition. 19 MLB The Show. 17, 18 we have Bloodborne. 17 Outlast 2. 16 Little Nightmares. Good to see a smaller title like that on there. That's cool. 15 Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. 14 Darksiders Fury's Collection War and Death. 13 Nier Automata. 12 Grand Theft Auto 5. 11 Prey. 10 Ark Survivors Pack. 9 Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition. 8 Rocket League. 7 Overwatch Game of the Year Edition. 6 Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. 5 God of War Remastered. 4 The Order 1886. 3 NBA Playgrounds. 2 Friday the 13th, the game. And number 1 is Injustice 2 for the month of May.
Quick.
Good for Injustice and Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I mean, those games kind of kicking ass there.
Just quickly for a moment, Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, still in the fucking list.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with an update. It's called Gun Runners, or Gun Running. So that's a thing you can look forward to if you're still playing Grand Theft Auto Online, which apparently a lot of you are.
Yeah.
Additionally, Rocket League is having their annual their anniversary update coming up in July. That they're gonna introduce goal explosion customization. I forget what. There's like this little trail that goes by your wheels when you're going fast enough to blow someone up. There's also engine sound customization, and that's when the next season's going to start as well.
Cool.
So
awesome.
Good games getting updates, man.
Yeah,
you love
definitely.
to see that.
It's good to see Prey on this list, but it sucks that it's at number 11. Like it doesn't look too good for that game. It's good to see Nier Automata on there still as well. That's cool.
And I contributed to the Darksiders Fury's collection because I need to get caught up on those games before Darksiders 3. Let's go down to the Vita games, because we don't talk about PlayStation 3 here. That console is dead. You hear me? Dead.
It is.
It's actually officially dead. They stopped production in Japan.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation Vita games are as follows, counting up from 10. Steins Gate 0. Ys Memories of Celceta. Or 9. That's number 9. I can't read numbers right now. At number 8 is Salt and Sanctuary. And number 7 is The Caligula Effect Deluxe Digital Bundle. At number 6, Adventure Time Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. At number 5, Mayhew Labyrinth of Death. At number 4, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale PS Vita. At number 3, Persona 4 Golden. At number 2, God of War Collection PS Vita. And at number 1, Steins Gate.
Right on. PlayStation Classics. Number 10, Metal Slug Anthology. 9, War of the Monsters. 8, Mega Man Legends. 7, Suikoden 2. 6, Bully. 5, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. 4, Destroy All Humans. 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. 2, Star Ocean Till the End of Time. And number 1, Twisted Metal Black.
And I just want to quickly jump over to PS4 VR games, because the top 2 games, Star Trek Bridge Crew came in at number 2. Really cool in multiplayer. Not sure how it is playing alone. At number 1 is Farpoint, which concerns me that people are buying this digitally, because that peripheral is really cool. I'm sure you can go out and buy that peripheral separately, but my mind would say just buy the bundle, which is what I'm going to end up doing, and maybe bring it up for you guys to try out. But yeah, good to see those new games getting the love.
Yeah. And I did not know there's a VR game called Dick Wild.
Man, that's an awesome fucking title.
That really is an awesome title. Good shit.
Just makes you smile thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. It's the week before E3, and oftentimes we find out about games we won't see at E3 or for the rest of the year. So one example of this is Shenmue 3. It's no longer coming in 2017. It's going to the second half of 2018. Not sure if it'll be at E3. It doesn't say in this article. But this is a Kickstarter, so I doubt it makes another appearance at E3. It was kind of weird the first time it came around.
Yeah.
A Kickstarter on Sony's stage.
That was a very bizarre moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. We haven't heard too much of Shenmue 3 since it got funded and since they started development. Just go away, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come around when it comes around. I've never understood Shenmue. Have you played Shenmue before?
Never played Shenmue.
I watch gameplay of Shenmue and I'm just like, why do people like this? But I guess it's just something you gotta play to experience it. But it certainly has an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprising on that though.
All right.
I'll be surprised if it comes out next year at all.
Well, we shall see.
But there are rumors about the first two games getting remastered, and that would be a perfect timing.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah.
It
would be.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think this game's even coming out next year, but surprise. Actually, kind of surprised that Death Stranding won't be at E3, considering how Hideo Kojima loves being a diva.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. He just likes to show off. But Death Stranding's not going to be at E3. He released an image of a spider web in the shape of a star, the word bridges. And a lot of people on the internet love to just construe that to whatever they want to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to be at the show, Hideo Kojima, but he's not going to be talking about Death Stranding, I don't think. It's definitely not on a stage. Who would have thought?
This news made me super happy. I honestly thought we would be seeing this every fucking E3 until it came out. And it's good that, they're not taking time to build stuff for E3. Again, they're just focusing on development and, come back next year. I would honestly love to see this game maybe at PSX this year or E3 next year where they actually have gameplay to show. Like, come back when you have a nice gameplay demo, and that'll get people excited. That'll get me more excited. But, I certainly did not want to see another crazy fucking trailer again. We've gotten a few of them, and I'm okay.
I mean, I like those trailers, but
yeah,
they can't keep that up.
Right.
That's not an act you can just keep putting on repeat.
Yeah, and Metal Gear Solid 5 just. Not saying anything about the quality of the game or anything. The game's good, but its lead up to its release just drove me fucking insane. We saw that game at so many E3s and so many different fucking trailers, and it was just come on, man. I'm just tired of hearing about this game, and I was just worried that we'd be, in that same boat again with Death Stranding, but we're not. So, makes sense.
All right.
This game won't be there, but Sean Layden did mention they do have some other nice Japanese announcements.
Oh, baby.
Because they, Japanese developers are coming back to the console market, which is good. I wonder what'll be there. My fingers are crossed for Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's Square Enix and it's Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm not going to get my hopes up, but damn, that would make me very happy.
I want Armored Core. Give me
Armored Core would be
Armored
cool.
Core.
Yeah.
Game that will definitely not happen, but I thought would be really cool. Here, I'm going to pitch this for you. PlayStation All-Stars Warriors. A Musou with the PlayStation All-Stars.
That could be neat. Yeah, that could work out. Just playing Kratos, whipping around some dudes, ripping their fucking heads off. Then you can hop over to Ratchet and beat the shit out of some dudes with your wrench. Maybe shoot some shit with some guns or something. I don't know. Musous usually don't have guns.
They don't.
How that work? How would you get Ratchet or?
Well, Ratchet could work because there are a lot of melee weapons too. You have your Omni Wrench, you have the Plasma Whip, you have
that's true. You do have the whip.
The Whopper.
Yeah, that's true. But with Nathan Drake, how would that work?
I don't know. I don't know how that works with Nathan Drake. Maybe they just play around with Jack.
Maybe. But then even with Jack, you're just kind of spinning around. It's not as
Yeah.
exciting. You could do Crash and just endlessly spin into dudes.
I figure they could make up some like not canon moves that they can do.
Yeah.
Like moves that you could see them doing, but they don't actually do.
Yeah.
Spyro would be cool.
Would. There's like rumors and shit swirling around about Spyro coming back this year. Do you think that's actually a thing?
See, I want it to be a thing, but I'm not letting myself believe it.
Do people want Spyro again?
I want Spyro again.
Gameplay?
Well, maybe not that gameplay, but I want to see what a modern day Spyro is.
I would love a modern day Spyro, but I'm not sure about that gameplay. Maybe. So, I mean, that was a very, very old-timey thing. I think it works better with Crash Bandicoot because its gameplay was a lot more simple than Spyro. But I don't know. We'll see.
There aren't many games where you play as a dragon. Just gonna put that out there.
There's not. And Spyro suffered a bad death.
Choked to death by Activision.
Pretty much.
Oh, God. For the sake of Skylanders.
Yeah. But then, again, what franchise isn't choked to death by Activision?
Fuck the... oh, man. So, did you see they're bringing back Bubsy? Blech.
No. I did not see that.
They're bringing back Bubsy. There was a tweet out today about it. There's a trailer out now. Oh, man. That's a game I don't want to return to. It's a really terrible platformer.
Damn. Fun.
Nobody knows why it's coming back. Nobody.
Yeah, that seems kind of random. Some things just don't need to come back.
Yeah, some IPs literally just die. You just don't revive them. Like Duke Nukem, that's fucking dead. No one's ever gonna make another Duke Nukem. Please don't make another Duke Nukem.
I agree.
Side
note, this isn't really related to what we were talking about, but I see it on the side of my screen right now. What do you make of that gold PlayStation 4 that's out now?
I like it. I'm kind of hesitant to say I like it because I know some people will judge me, but I like that. I like a gold PS4.
I love that controller. I don't know how I feel about the whole console being gold, but damn, that controller's sexy, man.
I might pick up a controller.
Yeah.
I might. I break a lot of DualShock 4s because I'm a little rough on controllers.
Yeah, you're rough on that R2 button.
I am rough on that R2 button because I play a lot of Rocket League and you're just holding down the R2 button.
Yeah.
And it actually broke during Shadow of Mordor once because a lot of the running is you're just holding down the R2 button to run through shit.
Mm-hmm. And didn't it break when you were playing Dragon Age Inquisition?
Yeah.
Which R2 is attack.
Yep.
Which you do a lot. I usually end up breaking the square button. The square button a lot of times ends up like sticking and not working for me. I don't know why.
Wash your hands before you play games, you disgusting man. You nasty man.
Just need to clean the cum off my hands before I put the controller back in.
Need to clean the cum off your dad's ass.
That's true.
Shout outs to the comedy button. They're really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Segment of the show where we talk about the new games that came out this week is coming up next. That is our transition.
That was a hot transition.
That was really hot because we just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Hey, but this one's actually written up this week. We have stuff that
we have stuff to read. Do you want to start us off here with things to read?
Can. First up is Aladdin Returns. This is Sengoku on PlayStation 4 and Vita digital. You can buy the PlayStation 4 version in a store if you want. Saddle up for some retro-style dungeon crawling goodness with Aladdin Returns. This is Sengoku. Meet classic heroes from Japan's Sengoku era as you help the souls of the dead settle their unfinished business.
I like making you say Japanese things. I figured that one would be easy because you know who Goku is.
Yeah.
Next up is Dark Rose Valkyrie on PlayStation 4 digitally and in retail stores. A virus threatens humanity. Valkyrie Force move out. In this RPG, fight using customized weapons, team attacks, overdrive mode, and more. But beyond battle, you'll have to interrogate teammates to find out who's been turned in order to save the world. That's fucked up. Interrogating your teammates? Shit.
Yeah. Next up is Dirt 4 on PlayStation 4, digital and retail. The world's leading off-road series is back. Dirt 4 puts you at the wheel of the most powerful machines ever made as you face the toughest roads and circuits on the planet in Rally, Rallycross, and Land Rush. I'm probably going to buy this game here very soon, maybe this weekend. It looks very good. It's getting great review scores. I love Dirt. I love racing games.
Maybe I can look at you play it some this weekend.
Yeah, and it looks cool. Dirt Rally. Apparently, this game's like the evolution of Dirt Rally. It takes Dirt Rally and adds more content. Dirt Rally was a hard game. It was fun, but it was hard.
Just like me sometimes.
Yeah.
Next up, we have The Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. On PlayStation 4 digital and at retail stores. Return to Morrowind in this new chapter of the award-winning online role-playing series, The Elder Scrolls Online. Embark on a dangerous journey through legendary locales and save Morrowind from a deadly Daedric threat. Includes first game of the series. So I dabbled in Morrowind, not enough to really talk about it, but I will be getting back into The Elder Scrolls Online, probably when I get back from vacation.
I've heard good things about Morrowind, though. People have good things to say. So, next up is Farming Simulator 18 on Vita Digital.
Oh, fuck, I just figured out what I'm playing when I get back.
I mean, you could either play it or you can actually go experience it when you're back.
Oh, man.
I'm sure someone would just take you in on their farm. Anyways. Become a modern farmer in Farming Simulator 18. Plant, harvest, and trade in crops, including, for the first time, sunflowers. Diversify your activity with animal husbandry and forestry. Develop and expand your very own farm, wherever you go.
Man. Oh, man. I have an idea for a video that we should do. Oh, man. We'll have to talk about that. Oh, man. Okay. Next up is Jump Stars on PlayStation 4 digitally. Introducing Jump Stars, the bonkers new local multiplayer party game which pits player against player in a bizarre violent game show as they collectively compete to save their skins.
Next up is Neighbor Horde on PlayStation 4 digital.
What did you call me?
Neighbor Horde is a couch co-op shoot-'em-up where you and your team of friends use toys as weapons and game-changing superpowers to survive evil robots and zombie Abe Lincolns. All right.
Here we have Perception. You can't see it in a store, but you can see it on a digital. On the PlayStation Store.
Ha.
Get it? Because you play as a blind person, right? Haha.
Wrong.
Perception is a first-person narrative horror adventure that tells the story of Cassie, a blind heroine who uses her extraordinary hearing and razor-sharp wits to unravel the mysteries of an abandoned estate that haunts her dreams.
Next up is Plague Road on Vita Digital. Set around a city being consumed from within by disease, Plague Road tells the story of a lone doctor who abandoned his home and now returns to learn the fate of those he left behind.
Next up we have Randall on PlayStation 4 digitally. Randall wakes up in a dystopian world in which people are content living under constant surveillance and absolute control. Players take on the part of Randall, a powerful telepath with a touch of schizophrenia. His abilities allow him to control and play as every single character on screen, seamlessly swapping between them, exploiting the power that they have.
Next up is Special Delivery on PlayStation VR Digital. Dodge cars, dogs, and tornadoes as you grow your subscriber base and expand your paper route in this arcade-inspired newspaper delivery game. Sounds fun. Oh,
Next,
boy.
I don't know how to pronounce that because that's not really a word. Super Beat Exonic.
Yeah. Sonic? I don't know.
I just don't want to say Sonic because I don't like Sonic that much.
I don't either.
Mm.
I just don't. I can't get over Sonic, man.
I might like Sonic if I can, because I can play the play as my Sonic OC original character. For those of you uneducated, yeah, you hear about that the new Sonic game? You're going to be able to create your own character.
No, I did not.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's going to be weird.
Is that the Sonic Mania or the other one? The 3D big one.
I think it's a 3D big one.
All right. I forget what that one's called.
Yeah, I forget it too. So it's easy to forget about Sonic, thankfully.
Yeah, that's very true.
Experience Super Beat Exonic using the new music game sensation that's bound to have you on the edge of your seat. I can't fucking talk today. Ugh. Enjoy the stunning visuals and effects as you play your way through 68 unique songs and unlock tons of hidden rewards and items. Perform and perfect awesome combos and show the world that you're the best by climbing the ranking system.
We're just out of rhythm. Haven't done this and haven't read these things in 2 weeks?
I like to climb that rack.
Yeah, I know. Damn.
We're talking about the art of this game. They have a very boobtacular woman on it.
Yes, that's for sure. Next up is the Town of Light, PlayStation 4 digital and retail. It's where you can purchase this game. Play through the eyes of Renee, a 16-year-old girl who suffers from the symptoms of mental illness. She is searching for answers to the many questions from her past while exploring the place where she spent most of her youth. Guide Renee through a dark and emotional journey where the lines between entertainment, storytelling, and reality blur.
Next up, we have Victor Vran on PlayStation 4 digitally. Become Victor, Hunter of Demons. Forge your own hero on a quest to liberate the cursed city of Zagoravia. Decide how you play at any moment, even in the heat of battle. Modify your demon-slaying loadout as you dodge deadly attacks, leap from towering locations, and take on hordes of hideous beasts and cunning boss monsters.
Last one is Wipeout Omega Collection on PlayStation 4, digital and retail. Wipeout Omega Collection brings together all the content from Wipeout HD, Wipeout HD Fury, and Wipeout 2048, enhanced for PS4 and PS4 Pro.
I believe my new monitor is HDR enabled, so I might consider a PS4 Pro if mine dies out.
That's cool. Well, you can use HDR on the one you have now.
Oh, yeah, that is a thing.
That is a thing. But
Shit.
then all of a sudden we're like, we can do that now.
Oh, shit, there's an enhance. But what does the PS4 enhancement look for? Because it's confusing what PS4 Pro does, because apparently it enhances 1080p games too.
Yeah.
Using
if you have
super
HDR,
sampling or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have that boost mode or whatever that just kind of allows you to play at whatever frame rate.
Oh, man.
Whew. Yeah. It doesn't the retail version of this game come in boxes that kind of look like the PS1 boxes?
I wouldn't know because I don't buy physical games unless I'm
pretty sure I saw that somewhere. That might be like a special edition of the game or something. I'm not sure. But
it would be cool to look at.
Yeah, you can listen to the new All Time Low album, Last Young Renegade, if you want.
I'll pass on that.
How about U2 with the Joshua Tree Super Deluxe Edition?
No, thanks.
They'll put it all on your phone if you want them.
No, I'd rather they just not.
Yeah. Or you can watch Life, which tries to be like Alien.
Oh.
I haven't seen it, but I want to see it. It has Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson.
You know, I'm just here for games, man.
If you're into the rock jams, the new Rise Against album's out tomorrow.
Fuck yeah, man. I am so excited.
I'm excited as well. I will be listening to it.
I think they've put out 3 singles so far.
I've only heard the first one.
I like them all, man. I have a feeling. I have a really, really good feeling about this album.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool. We're seeing them very soon.
We are seeing them very soon. I'm excited. I'm very excited to come up to Pennsylvania to see my best friends. It's been so long.
We're going to party. It's going to be great. Go see some video games get announced. Have a good time. Go play some video games.
We'll have a lot to talk about next week.
We will. Definitely.
And, well, if you have any questions between now and then, you can direct them at us via Twitter at PSReportPodcast or via email at PlayStationReportPodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to contact us individually, you can contact me at the Arctic Sloth on Twitter, and Tyler, you can contact him at PluggedOnVids, which is the YouTube channel. If you happen to be watching the video right now, you can leave a comment below. You can share it with your friends. If you're on the podcast services, give us a review. 5 stars, please. We love you for that. It really helps. Gets us on everyone's ears. And we want to be on your ears because that's where we live. Or with our little mouthworms.
Mouthworms.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man.
I kind of don't either.
Before it gets too weird, we're gonna end the show until next week. Be good to each other, and if you don't know it,
go learn it.